Hello guys and welcome back to another video on Sports Reels, and today I'll be predicting week 7 of the NFL season, again with Derek Vlogs.
Hello.
If you didn't know this already, we predict every season of the NFL, every week of the NFL, and then we compare results every week, and at the end of the season, whoever has the best record, I guess, wins. So last week I went 7-7, and my total in the season is 55-36. Derek went 8-6, and his total is 58-33. So he has a 3-game lead over me. Let's get into the predictions now. Okay, so the first matchup, Browns and Bengals. I think the Browns should win this, even though they played really bad last week. They just faced a really good defense, and Baker Mayfield had a horrible game. And the Bengals team, they're good with Joe Burrow, but they're not good enough to compete with a playoff team like the Browns.
Yeah, I think the Browns should also win pretty easily. Their team's really good, and then the Bengals just aren't that good, and they just got, I think, a bit lucky last week.
They lost last week.
Oh, weren't they winning by like 21?
Yeah.
Or was that just?
They were winning by 21, and then they lost.
Oh, I thought they won.
No.
Whatever. My bad.
Okay, so next is the Bills at the Jets. I think the Bills should easily win this. The Bills are finally facing hard teams, but they're looking okay. And they didn't look too bad against the Chiefs. It's really hard to stop Mahomes, Hill, and Kelsey. And yeah, Bills should easily win it, and the Jets are the Jets, so easy win
Yeah,
for the Bills.
The Bills have a pretty good team. Stephon Diggs and Josh Allen have been playing pretty decent together. And then I just don't see the Jets being able to stop them. Now they lost Le'Veon.
Yeah. Okay, so next, this is probably the matchup of the week in my opinion. Steelers and Titans, both undefeated teams. And I'm going to go with the Steelers. The Steelers' defense is just really good, and their offense is also good. The Chase Claypool making big emergence. I just don't think the Titans' offense might be able to get through. I don't think the Titans' defense will hold a lot, since the Steelers are probably going to get the ball back because their defense is probably going to get a lot of stops. So I'm going to say the Steelers are going to win this one.
I think it'll be a close game, and I think the Titans will pull out at the end with this one, and by one possession lead, because I just don't see how they're going to be able to stop Henry and AJ Brown.
Okay. So next is the Chiefs at the Broncos. The Broncos had a really good game, and you could say, especially on defense, but on offense, they sort of didn't play as good. They got 6 field goals, but they couldn't get into the end zone once. But I'm still going to give this one to the Chiefs. The Chiefs are just Kansas City's offense is really good, and their defense is playing good this year also. So yeah, KC with the easy win.
Yeah, I think Kansas City should also win this one because they're just too good of a team. I'd be shocked if they were to lose this one, but Kansas City.
Okay, so next is Jaguars to Chargers. I think the Chargers will win this one. They had a bad loss to the Saints, but they played really good, and they had a 20-3 lead. I think Justin Herbert's the right man for the Chargers in the future, and he's playing really good. And I think he's on track to win Offensive Rookie of the Year, so I'm going to go to the Chargers.
Yeah, I think the Chargers will also win this one. They've been playing good. Justin Herbert, I feel like he's going to go down as a good quarterback in the league, and I see them winning this one.
Okay, so next is the Packers at Texans. The Packers played really bad this last week. They got obliterated by the Buccaneers defense. But I think they're going to make a rebound this week. It's going to be a battle of two great quarterbacks. But I think the Packers should pull out just because the Texans' O-line isn't the greatest. And their defense is okay, but not what it used to be.
Yeah, the Packers lost a lot. I still don't see their team losing this week or whenever they play. I think the Packers will win.
Okay, so next is 49ers at Patriots. The Patriots had a bad game last week on offense. They didn't really get much going. Cam Newton struggled a lot on the passing. The wide receivers were getting no separation. But I still think they're going to beat the injured 49ers defense. If the 49ers were healthy and playing good, well, they played good last week. But if they were healthy, I will give this to the Niners. But with the injured 49ers defense, I'm going to give this to the Patriots.
Yeah, I think the Patriots will also win this because they played pretty good against the Chiefs in the Seahawks, even though they fell short. But they still played pretty good. And then the 49ers being injured and just not playing as well this season, I think the Pats should win this one.
Okay, so next, Buccaneers at Raiders. The Raiders are playing pretty good. They're coming off a bye week, plenty of practice. The Buccaneers played really good last week against the Packers, and their defense is doing really good. So I think the Buccaneers should win this, not because of their offense, because of their defense. I think they're going to shut down the Raiders' offense, and then Brady won't have much to do, and he could lead them to an easy victory.
Yeah, I think the Bucks will also win this one with them. They have a very high versatile defense, and then the Raiders, if they can, or if the Bucks can just stop Josh Jacobs and try to just keep it, not let their Henry Ruggs outspeed them, I think they'll be able to win this one.
Okay, somehow the 1-5 Giants and 1-4-1 Eagles. This is a huge match for the division. The Eagles pull this out, they lead the division. So this could be a playoff spot they're fighting for in the future. And I'm going to give it to the Eagles. The Giants, they don't look too good. They beat the football team, which isn't much of an accomplishment, and they barely won because the football team was. Both teams are trying to lose on purpose. That's why the football team went for two instead of going into overtime. So yeah, I'm going to give this to the Eagles.
Yeah, I think even though the Eagles aren't playing well this year, I just don't see them beating. I don't see them losing to the Giants. The Giants are just not a good, very, very good team. I just don't see the Eagles losing this.
So next is Lions and Falcons. So the Lions fended off the Jaguars last week. The Falcons played pretty good against who did they play? The Vikings. Matt Ryan had a really good game connecting with Julio for the first time back since his injury. I think that will continue. The Falcons should win this. I think firing Dan Quinn was the right move, and that should lead the team to a respectable place. I think their playoffs hopes are gone right now, but I think they should come in a respectable place. Maybe like maybe 10th or 11th in the conference.
Yeah, the Falcons have a good team. They just tend to sometimes choke the lead, but I don't see them losing to the Lions with Calvin Ridley and Julio Jones.
Okay, so next is Cowboys versus football team. The Cowboys played horrible on Monday night. With Andy Dalton, their offense was pretty stale. But I think they'll be able to beat the weak football team. Just the football team, they have a quarterback position which isn't very good right now, and I think the Cowboys will take advantage of that. Even with their trash defense, they should be able to stop the football team.
Yeah, the Cowboys have too many weapons on offense and defense, but for some reason they still somehow don't tend to do that great each year. But I don't see them losing to the football team. I don't see most teams losing to that team except only a few.
Okay, so next is Panthers and Saints. This should be a good matchup in my opinion. The Panthers have been looking really good with Bridgewater, and even without Christian McCaffrey, their best player, they're still playing pretty good. This is going to be an intense matchup, but I'm going to give it to the Saints. It's just Drew Brees is playing better now. He's throwing less interceptions in the second half of games. And Kamara he's just a beast. He can't be stopped. So I think the Saints should win this one.
Yeah, the Saints are still a good team. I think they just started off slow, but now they started to get back on track, and I don't see them losing this one.
Okay, so next is Seahawks at Cardinals. This is going to be a battle of the offenses. The Cardinals with Kyler Murray and Seahawks with Wilson. The Seahawks defense is really good on paper, but they've let up a bunch of passing yards, especially to the Patriots in week 2. They gave up a bunch. So I'm still going to give it to the Seahawks. I just feel like they have more experience as a team, and Russell Wilson's just been playing longer, and I think Kyler might make a few mistakes because he's early in his career.
I think the Seahawks will also win this because their team is just too good with DK Metcalf and then Russell Wilson, Tyler Lockett on defense. They got a pretty good team. I just think the Cardinals will fall short.
Okay, so next is Bears versus Rams on Monday night. The Rams had a pretty bad game last week, and the Bears have been looking really good. They beat the Panthers, and I don't know who to give this to. I'm just going to give it to the Rams. I think they're going to rebound and they're going to win, but I think it's going to be intense, so I don't know really who's going to win.
Yeah, I also think the Rams because even though they didn't play the greatest, they still have a good team, and I just feel like the Chicago Bears. Some of their schedule was a bit easy, and then sometimes they just play good. But I just think the Rams will pull out this one in the end.
Okay, so here are the updating standings on the left and right. I'll give you a couple of seconds to look at it while I'm doing my outro. So yeah, thanks for watching. This was Week 7 predictions. And remember to like and subscribe to my channel, my main channel, and Derek Vlogs. He's close to 100. He's 4 ways to get him there. And yeah, thanks for watching. Goodbye.